ambulance unable to drive to a patient in need stopped by icy streets in the city of St. Louis. Many neighborhood roads are still covered 2 weeks after a major winter storm. As the days pass, frustration is growing from St. Louis City residents who want to see more progress clearing these streets. First Alert 4's Kimberly Donahue asked city leaders today about plans for the upcoming week amid more frigid temperatures.
You just started seeing concrete just yesterday.
2 weeks since the winter storm, and side streets throughout several St. Louis neighborhoods like Bevo remain under ice.
Pretty rough. I mean, cars getting stuck all the time. A lot of people get stuck on Alfred here. Alfred's really bad. There has been no salt trucks around at all. I haven't seen the city at all around here on the side streets at all.
In Lafayette Square, one elderly man who did not wish to go on camera told First Alert 4 he slipped and hit his head on ice on McKay Place Saturday night. His neighbor photographed an ambulance call to help, stuck at the top of the street. The patient told us paramedics walked down the street to treat him in his home. He did not go to the hospital.
You can't hardly park, you can't drive.
Though the city employed the help of some private companies to take care of the neighborhood streets, residents here in Bevo tell me they haven't seen much change and don't feel quite safe traveling on the roads.
They need to come up with something for the side streets like a regular truck with salt instead of the plows. If they would lay the salt, I think it would be much better.
First Alert 4 reached out to the city of St. Louis asking where the private companies and city crews have treated side streets so far, what the plans are for the coming days, and if any more companies are being used. A city spokesperson told us in part, quote, "Crews were out in much of the city today, but we have not hit every street and neighborhood. So we are continuing to work through the coming days, both with the contractors and city vehicles. Alleys have been one of our priorities, so we can resume trash pickup at full force." The city also told us they partnered with one other company, adding 8 more trucks.
I feel like they need to do more. I really do.
Residents waiting for some relief and some heat. In South St. Louis, Kimberly Donahue, First Alert 4.